Joining us is Marzieh Hashemi, senior journalist with Press TV in Iran. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us. Give us a sense of the thinking in Iran at this time after Tehran fired these 200+ missiles towards Israel, and Israel has said it is determined to retaliate.
Right. Hello. Great to be with you. Actually, 400 supersonic missiles, hypersonic missiles. And I can say well, of course, last night when it happened, people just came out spontaneously out of their homes or just going to the main squares, or some people just in front of their homes, and some with fireworks. People were very, very happy, passing out sweets, congratulating each other. Today I was out. Everything was very calm, back to normal. The people are happy because they had been waiting for something. It's been very difficult, I think, for people around the world to watch what we've all unfortunately been watching, this genocide for 1 year. With the Israeli regime, and it just continued to get more aggressive and expand its aggression and its terror campaign. I think Iranians and the Iranians I've all talked to, they were very, very happy. And it's not just Iranians. I got messages from people from all over the world, Muslim, non-Muslims, I think any freedom-loving people, and people who can't stand to see such oppression were all very happy and still are.
You're saying Iranians are happy, but what exactly are they happy about? According to the government of Israel, the vast majority of the missiles were intercepted well before they landed anywhere consequential in Israel, and Israel claims that there were 0 casualties from these missile attacks.
Well, first of all, the missiles weren't planned. It wasn't trying to cause any casualties in that sense. It was headed towards military installations, military sites, sensitive sites that have been involved in various terror campaigns. You're saying that the Israeli regime and the Israeli officials are saying that most of the missiles are intercepted. We know from this side, what is being said is that 90% of them hit their target. And we have been getting videos from that area that are videos that have been shared on social media and showing that it's hit. I mean, it would not, obviously, it's not a surprise for the Israeli regime to say that it did not hit. They have very, very strict censoring methods that they have implemented inside of the regime, even for their own journalists. As a matter of fact, earlier in the day prior to this operation, we were talking to some individuals there and elsewhere who had said there were certain operations that had taken place inside of the regime and various attacks, whether it was from the Yemenis or others, that they had strict orders not to report what has happened. And throughout this year, and as a matter of fact, its whole existence, but especially the last year, we have seen lie after lie told. So yes, it's not a surprise that Israeli officials said that the majority of the missiles did not hit.
What does Iran expect will happen next? How prepared are you for the Israeli retaliation, which Tel Aviv says is coming at a time and place of their choosing?
Right. Well, I mean, Iranian officials and the Islamic Republic Guard Force had said yesterday in messages that it was a controlled retaliatory strike to the killing, the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh and Said Hassan Nasrallah and an Iranian commander, Nidal Furushan. So it's related to those 3 terrorist attacks particularly. So it was a very limited response. Iran could have definitely responded in a much harsher manner. And what the officials were saying yesterday is that if the Israeli regime decides to attack, that definitely the next time around, the retaliatory attacks will be much worse than what we saw last night.
Okay,
We have to
many
understand
Israeli
that
politicians
if we look at,
are saying that this is a pivotal moment in the Middle East. They're sensing weakness in the Iranian regime and are seeming quite confident about their ability to force a regime change in Tehran. How do you see this?
well, that's quite interesting. That's a very interesting comment to come after the day after the night that the Islamic Republic of Iran has carried out these attacks on the Israeli regime. There are those that may think that that Iran has become weak, but I can guarantee you there are very few, especially for people who understand from a strategic perspective and from a military perspective. We know that Israel always tried to show that it was invincible, and it created this aura along with the Western hegemonic front that supports it, that it's untouchable. It's so powerful, and of course it is, because they continue to send more and more weapons, equipment, and money to the regime, even in the middle of this genocide. But at the same time, we saw and we continue to see various parts of the resistance movement hitting the Israeli regime, from Yemen to Iraq, Lebanon, and of course we saw the major attack on Iran. So no, I don't think that Iran is weak, and I think the majority of the world today is seeing that as proof. And as far as the government in Iran or the system being overthrown, this is something, a narrative that has been played out since 1979, since the victory of the Islamic Revolution in Iran, when they were saying back then it won't last 6 months. Well, now it's been 46 years, and I can definitely say that the people inside of the country and those outside of the country supported have never been prouder than they were tonight.
Marzieh Hashemi, for joining me from Tehran, thank you very much.